Welcome back to the Al-Farghani series. 30 episodes of this series now. God dang it, it feels like I've been doing this for a very long time. But let me tell you people something before we get down to some business. Two things that are upcoming that relates to Crusader Kings 3. One from Paradox Interactive and one from the Rice mod that's been recently announced. For those that aren't aware, that this past Wednesday that the trailer was released and all that stuff, teaser trailers if you will, that I would have to, promote and such. I mean, first from Paradox Interactive, that they've announced their upcoming event pack. Not a flavor pack, not a big DLC pack, but an event pack. Which, I don't know what that makes it distinguishable if they're just DLCs for you to, spend your money on it and go get that little thing. Which the price is to be determined. But still, that they will be adding at least 100+ events that relates to personal relationships, such as your friends, your rivals, your best friend, your nemesis, lover and soulmate, all that. Yeah, they're adding more events that relates to that, which is something that I would like to see more of personally. Not because it's kind of bland right now. I mean, it's just more of, well, it's a thing about the future video series for CK3 that I would like to do. That would be set over there in Trans-Saharan, obviously. But I will still be waiting for the Rice Flavor Pack that relates to the Sogdian culture and all that. That will be the only time that I'll be convinced that I will do such a series, is whenever that comes out. And speaking of Rice, the Regional Immersion and Cultural Enrichment mod, which is what it stands for, they've announced a new flavor pack, which is going to be set in another corner of the world. It'll be up there. Yes, up there in Iceland. I almost said Ireland. Iceland, or Island as it's called in the Old Norse language. Inhabited by Catholics. Inhabited by the Norse. Well, they're all Norse Catholics up there for who knows how long. Yeah, they're adding a flavor pack that relates to that area. But it's not just there. But it also goes beyond it, even though it's not going to show up on the map. But it's an off-map thing. And you know how there's the struggle feature for the Iberia region? Well, they're going to have a struggle mechanic that relates to Greenland and Finland. Not to be confused with Finland over there, sue me. But Finland out there, North America, Newfoundland area, where Leif Erikson went and explored that area. So they'll be adding that struggle feature, but it's not really a struggle as much as more of colonization. Which I wish I could explain more of the details to you. I mean, you would have to look up the trailer for it. In fact, I'll even post a link to the said teaser trailer to know what the hell I'm talking about for those that aren't aware. I'll post that on a comment below. For those that want to check it out and all that. I mean, it's not gonna be a thing that I would do my next playthrough, and I know there's gonna be people that would jump on that opportunity before I do, as I have, widely varied interests of where should my next playthrough should be set, or should I go back to finish a then ongoing playthrough that I haven't finished yet, which I know there's quite a few for me personally, but that all requires is commitment, and and as well as a possible interest of doing some other video series from some other game. But again, it's more of a me thing than anything else. So yeah, that's what we're going to be looking forward to in the coming few months, or who knows when, is the next big flavor pack for this mod, and the upcoming DLC from Paradox Interactive that adds more, events regarding personal relationships and all that. Alright, took a drink. It's been 5 minutes, so now let's get down to some business here locally. Recently, we have finally connected the North African coast. Just barely, as you can see that narrow strip of land there, where the mountains separate them. But if I wish to expand further within the continent, it would have to be the rest of Tagvent, parts of Africa, and Ambia. And this part of Maghreb, where we'd like to have this Al-Farghani. That's gonna be my intention. And also I had a possible interest of revisiting the island of Madeira there, in which they almost never bothered us, you know? Let me tell you. That timber there, I recall that it's exploitable. Introduced sugarcane to Madeira. And I think it has to do with one of these innovations. I just remembered. So we're gonna get guilds soon. And, Scourge. I believe it's urbanization is the one that causes this. Which is something we probably want to look into that. That's only if I wish to be the owner of that. This is a slowly developed area. This is the owner of timber and then all of that. I mean, the easiest thing in the world would be just to... Right. The easiest thing in the world is just to say, hey, give me that vassal of yours, and he'll do it. And then we revoke that title, and in which they won't resist, because obviously we're one of the strongest countries in the world. And we could do that, but that'll be till later. Don't want to do that right now. But anyways. And of course, the plan is to conduct the invasion of Gujarat. Which we are ready for it, no doubt. But we need a few fighters over here. Come on in. Like a second home. I'm inspecting a town's prison in my realm when I witness a curious scene. The guards are sitting around playing dice games and eating food with a young woman who, despite her dainty looks, has a shrewd smile on her face. Oh, this is Nazila, one of our regular prisoners, my lord. The guard explains as the girl slurps on some soup. This prison's like a second home to her. That's her favorite cell over there. There's a local official who bickers with her all the time, so he sometimes sends her here to chastise her. He is one of those strict, uncompromising types. Nazila, what did you do to annoy him this time again? The girl shrugs. I don't even know. I'm only here for a day. Anyways, hey, looks like I won this game. Ha! I swear I won fair and square this time. It turns out the affinity between this girl and the official are legendary in this town. The girl is such a frequent visitor to the prison that the guards treat her like a friend or a sister. Nazila, full of spunk, huh? Huh. Ain't that something? Yeah. So, she's gregarious, just, and brave. And also honest. That's 4 traits. Let me see. Knowing I'm a humble, patient, contented man, I'll just say this girl's spunk is charming. I'll invite her to my court, because why the hell not? Only because that old broad isn't giving me any more children, because I would like to have another son. I mean, a daughter would be nice, as I'm raising her, but I'm starting to think that diplomacy thing could be could work against me. So I would say That's now that I invited her in, I should marry her. To be my second wife. I mean, I'm still keeping her as primary because obvious reasons. Go to this screen, you dummy. No, Zilla Albaum is her name. Yeah. Now you are the Vajpurich, and you get to dress in very fancy clothes instead of just being a regular going to prison. No, and doing those visits and all that, which I find a little odd to me. But still, you're gonna be a loyal spouse to me. Let me see. I may consider romancing her a little later, because, you know, there's prestige for that. Whereas we kind of had a bit of a... I mean, we still like each other, it's just... the thing between us is just a little rather... yeah. But at least it's somebody of our culture for once. And of our faith, too. Not to mention... Holy smoke. By personal scheme, power meaning should be willing to, I don't know, either seduce or romance me. I don't know. You got all the time in the world over. Gujarat's a very Muslim country, but we're still gonna invade that. So I can, you know, send my brothers over there. That's what I'm gonna do. They may have lost Sindhu, but we're gonna send them to Gujarat. But if you were to start this invasion, actually, one second. Here, Silk Road entertainers for you. Now, if you were to invade that kingdom for Gujarat, Somnath, Davraka, yep, that's places in Gujarat. Yes, that's correct. These are all places in Gujarat. And also that means we vassalize him, but in actuality I wish to get rid of him. Get rid of him and appoint one of my brothers as the Sultan of Gujarat, just to increase the renown gain for our dynasty. That is my intention. And I will not stray away from that goal. Mata's been asking me for a rolling hoop for a long time, and I told her I would get one in 3 months. She just played more focused on her studies. She simply waved my offer away, saying she did not really care about that anymore. What are you, fickle? Let me see. I think I'll change your mind as I'll be mine. Fickle would be fine for you. You know, that lowers your stewardship a bit. Which, again, would like to have another child. Preferably one with intelligence, through me. If we don't get that now, then we may never will. Word of recent developments on the Iberian Peninsula has reached our court. A promising end to the conflicts that plagued the region. Al-Farghani has officially renounced any intentions to unite the peninsula under a common crown, and has declared any who would do that title illegitimate. That disparate realms molded by centuries of invasion and reconquest are all now too entrenched to be united. Most interesting. So this man, Al-Farghani Vağpūryā, has gained the nickname the Pragmatic. His dynasty has gained 10,000 renown. Every independent or separated duchy in the Iberian region has become a de jure kingdom. Connected and completely controlled duchies transfer de jure to the primary kingdom of their top liege. Every de jure kingdom in the Iberian region with more than 5 counties becomes a de jure empire. The remaining kingdoms will fall under de jure remaining neighboring empire. The empire of Hispania is permanently destroyed. Holy war for duchy and conquered Dutch castle against other involved cultures has begun. Well, so this is the man. Multi-faith tolerance. Got the guilt. Since you like to develop your own capital so much, maybe we should put a hold on knighthood, since they should go for urbanization instead for the maximum existing development penalty, because as much as I like getting this up further, but soon that monthly growth gain is going to be slowed down. I want to continue keeping that up non-stop. Yep, that option to have a foothold in Iberia, so that means the Iberian struggle is indeed over. It's all over. Thank you very much. Date pastries. Socotra is not a particularly large island. The local cuisine can be limited at times if one doesn't hail from one of the big towns. Still, that doesn't mean it's bad at all. Today, some villagers wish to pay their respects to me, as they spontaneously recite poems praising me, their ruler. They give me a gift of local pastries made using dates. These are simple yet delicious delicacies. A welcome gift, thank you. Just waiting for one more Faris to come in and then recruit them, and then we're off to Gujarat. Oh, look at this. They divided the lands because they're just too separated. Now they're very vulnerable. Much vulnerable. Ready. This will be an easy war. What's going on out there? Mesopotamian. Very well. Yep, they've largely separated themselves. Broke apart everything. Gujarat, obviously very Sunni country, then obviously the place to launch the invasion from would be from Hormuz. But should we send men-at-arms only? Well, not just men-at-arms, but also those veteran steppe warriors. What's the land like? All plains, no hills. You're fine. Little of Delhi remains. Again, I'll be getting all these ends, but that'll be sending my brothers there while I will get rid of this man. Somehow, some way. So that means we will establish a foothold in Gujarat, but at the same time, need to kick that man out of there. And then install one of my brothers as Sultan of Gujarat, and then grant an independence. There's no reason for us to establish a foothold here other than just do what you gotta do. So, alright, let's go for it. It'll take you 3 months. And then we should land in Dvarka. I think you need mercenaries for this. Since it's largely plains warfare, go get these caballeros. In fact, give me 2. Because they're men at arms. Ooh. Right. Again, willing to throw all my money in this. Yeah, we're bringing them on. Because we don't trust ourselves. They're on standby, but wait for it together. Yeah, I'm not sending any of my levies, just only men-at-arms and mercenaries. Because this is the kind of warfare we're fighting these days. Where we no longer rely on levies. But rather just use your vast wealth to hire as much mercenaries as you can. No need to bring holy orders. You're not fighting Jains or Hindus. So that brings total nearly 10,000 strong, so they'll be there in 3 months. Sure. Perhaps you'll learn something. Could have landed in Kutch. Drowned. What the heck? Yeah, Dvarka, the city of Krishna. City that Krishna built. but obviously very Muslim country. No traces of Hinduism or Jainism around here. Even though this area is a Hindu holy site, I keep forgetting if it's either Somnath or Bhumika. Likely this one that has a Jain holy site due to Mount Ginna. I used to know a lot about India. I had considerations to do an Indian series for some time, but just think at this point I'm more interested in other areas for the time being. There you go. Those are the two languages you must know. Also, what? Who knows my secrets? Oh no! They know I murdered a boy. Fortunately, this is a very developed territory. If you need supplies, no problem. I was about to say, okay, which way do we go? Because the capital's over there, rather than the real digital capital, which is over there. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, which way is the quickest? Guess the answer is this. Fort levels are low. What gives? Sarati, which is Gujarati. We see the army. Those people are vegetarians mainly. They have religion blending. Really? Religion blending. That's the same thing as the Sogdians. Us Sogdians, yeah. There are also seafarers, which unlocks the ability to sail in major rivers. And expert artisans. That's nice of them. But keep in mind, it's not ruled by a Gujarati, it's ruled by a Sindhi who's related to the Abari there. That's how all those getting down there. We'll engage them soon after we take this area. Mahtab's been harboring a secret affection for Rauf for some time. However, when she finally confessed feelings, Rauf responded harshly. The rejection made Mahtab wary of any kind of attraction whatsoever. I'll say, Mahtab should not anyone to treat her like that. Content antagonist. You know what? Sure, you got me. You got a hook on me. You won't be around for long for this. You won't get away with this. Hold it. they're all in this together. Raiders of the Rocket. Oh, they're all in this together. What the? Get them before they take it back. Thank goodness we have a lot more fighters and mercenaries, cavalry. Oh, we're really mauling them. Look how they're reduced to. We don't need to take that capital. Let's move out. We're just only establishing a temporary foothold into Hindustan through Gujarat for reasons. My court has become renowned for the luxurious level of hospitality on offer, and the guests often prove useful. On occasion, however, we do get redundant guests at court whose purpose is unclear and whose presence are an unnecessary drain on my treasure. One such hanger-on is Kisilo, who's been here for some time as a guest of Sultan Masood, and seems to eat enough for 12. This woman is eating me out of her house and home. Something must be done. Let her stay. It's her damn business. Do I not have a court that says yes, I do? Now, as a reminder, what that is exactly, that is that's for feudal contract, but what it does really, it's just Republican vassal contract. The Republican vassal tax contribution, which that just means even more income. Look, 195.4. That's insanity. For this amount of money, you'd be getting that income during this current age, nearly at the turn of the century. Now I'm into this urbanization idea, because I'm kind of interested in that old island again. But don't you worry. Amir will be a vassal of ours, but soon I will set out to get rid of him. Oh, you're up there. I know I have a truce of him, but... Oh, I wish I could get rid of you right now. But those are against the rules. I could just imprison, which is no chance of acceptance, and yes, it's tyranny, and everybody will dislike me for that. And I'm sure there are others. What first? Cannot be revoked to make it tall as no land. I see. Smart. And, you people there? Again, you can't just kick them out. They've done nothing to you. Can't be doing that. But I'm willing to send one of my brothers there. One of my disinherited brothers. You. Sarashastra is yours. What if I just grant him independence and then just usurp the title off him since you are the majority owner? Yeah. Sounds like a good idea. Just say, hey, this is a misunderstanding. You don't have to be a vassal anymore. Then usurp the title of Gujarat and give it to the brother. Hey, don't forget about all the others too. Alright, where are my brothers at? It'll be much easier to look at them through this way. Still here in Marrakesh? Good. This land is yours. Just this part here. Yeah. Now. Barak, you dummy. Here. Just to screw him over. Who's the stronger of the two, martial-wise? Well, that'll be you. There you go. 2 duchies. Just to screw that guy over. Guy will grant the vassal Draka to you. Now, if only Gujarat Mandala. We could fight against it. Really? Oh no, that's way over there. Okay. Beyond Trans-Saharan. Let's see. Yeah, that'll do. That we should fight one more war in this part of northern Gujarat and Gujarat Mandala, so we could get this off of them. As for you, you can go independent. And at the same time, give me that title. I'll be the owner of the title of Gujarat temporarily, because we're using Gujarat as a staging area just to continue to expand a little bit more northwards, just to unite the region a little bit. We have no intentions to go further deep into the heart of Hindustan. No, that's not my intent. We simply want an independent sultanate that belong... No, Exshidia. Remember the Sogdian words. An independent Exshidia. That is of Egypto-Sogdian origin of our culture. So that way our brothers can live in peace while you spread the dynasty around. Yes. Don't worry, I'll give it to you soon. Don't you worry. As for Kutch, oh, that's your problem. Not mine. Again, your problem soon. Check the vassals for guarding opinion of offensive wars. Actually, it wasn't that long of a war. You want to be on the council? God bless it. You leave me no choice. I'll make it up to you. Obviously, as a man of immense wealth. Here. No. Well, sway would be a way, but honestly, it's money. It would have been nice if you had this perk. meantime, move the rally point to central Gujarat to assemble our men-at-arms there, in which we will fight against the war against Sindhu. And also, as for these claims, not gonna happen. Let's seize Dijor Duchy. Man becomes our vassal. Well, what about the conquest of that duchy? What's the difference? Seize all territory, becomes vassal. Oh, it doesn't matter. This one costs piety. This one costs less. We'll take the lesser option. And do not forget there's this other innovation. Where land grants. Actually, you're thinking of this that comes in the light one. Where you can press multiple claims. That's what you were thinking of. I was just thinking of, what are those people like? But anyways, let's wait a few. Wait for the men-at-arms to be full. We have our mercenaries, we have our everything. Who's gonna stop us? Nobody. Let's go to work. Oh, that's nice to know. Mercenaries immediately spawn once you are there. Wherever you pinpoint them at the direction. Even still, it takes 3 months to get there. As our order, the servants of Allah grow, we need more land which to organize our defense of the Marbatas of faith. The Arg of Benghazi is suited for our purpose. Richly serves for our cause. The Benghazi? Or is that a different place called that? Yes, the Benghazi. Here. Remember those ejects. Ketatka, Alidapataka, and Mohadavaska. Mohadavasaka. This is just the ejects that we need to unite Gujarat, and then we'll be out of here. We simply want to establish a independent Egypto-Sogdian Ekshid in Hindustan. Yeah, you're not going to be the heir in future. You're going to be on the outs. Speaking of on the outs, based on my age right now, I'm going to need to seduce her immediately. Because I want a child from it. We want an intelligent child. Otherwise, I'm going to have to settle it with the female heir for once. As additional payment of recent trade, I find myself in possession of a large herd of cattle. I've been assured that the animals are of highest quality, but the question of what should be done with them remains. It's a beautiful word, but it could be larger. And it did. Okay, move out. Fortunately, these are all lowered fort levels, except for this one. We'll take this first, and then we'll engage him. But enemy reinforcements may give us a little hard time. This is from Multan. They're gonna get themselves together. If need be, get more mercenaries. Certain gifts to catch Nazil's attention. I'm sure anyone would appreciate a fine, clearly expensive one. Fearless Paragon, I would say a purebred horse must be appreciated. I think she's someone who appreciates activity in the open sky. Thank you so much for the purebred horse you gave me. I can scarce remember the last time I received such a wonderful gift. She goes to visit that island again. She's a damned frequent visitor. Engage. If things get ugly, hire more mercenaries. The work I've done building up relations with the local steppe community has paid off. They have recently agreed to partner with me in a number of advantageous business deals. Through their network circle, we will surely aim to get a great profit. Minor Silk Road business deal. Matters little to me. Also, extra taxes in silicon. They've done it again. I would never do that to mine. Haha! We got them all. We'll probably win, defending a straight crossing. You're on home turf. On our home turf. So says us. We just lost our commander. Yeah, he was from the mercenaries. Killed in action. Move up to that. Again, became what we wanted. That is, get Gujarat. And we will achieve that aim, and then we'll be out of there. We have no intentions to go further deep into India, as we mentioned before. More vassal tax contribution, which adds even more monthly income. Naz is once again absent from chambers since nightfall. She's been distant lately, lost in thought and rarely seen her. Well, not to her satisfaction. She should be busy or could be warming someone else's bed. I'll find out myself. I wouldn't be surprised if she was with another man. Celebration's coming in the evening's entertainment viewer when Nazir suggested reading. A clerk soon arrives, wondering what the guests would like to hear. I see my chance to impress Nazir. Let's be entertained. East of Indus. You know, a place called Gujarat. So you became a spy master. Cannot be fired for 25 years, which it won't be around that long. Right. In the meantime, alright, listen, you ingrate. Here's some entertainers. This one's a little more fortified than usual. It's got a keep, it's got simple earthworks, despite disaster rebuilt walls here. The servants been all sent away, and our bed has been decorated with roses. As Vağpūryā Zila enters our chambers, she smiles dashingly and joins without hesitation. With the help of hands, mouths, and limbs, we affirm the devotion we swore before Allah, perhaps in a more carnal fashion than as we are united in marriage, now we're united in heart. I only like you because you got spunk. Ain't nobody like you. I like you people. Willing to extend the contracts. Sure. Normally I would pick the other option, but at this point... My daughter Mahtab hovers in limbo between childhood and adulthood. Taller enough to understand the truth. Still young enough to have an open mind. But what the doctor in the service of Ibis, it's now or never. She deserves to know his power. You got it. Unfortunately, that diplomacy is a weak point. Just what I wanted. Hope for an intelligent child, and I may have to disinherit both of them. Who's there? Hostile army, unrelated. God dang it, this is gonna cost us a bit of time. Because they're gonna retake this area while we take this over. My daughter Mahtab is terribly bored. I could see her face in a way she vies for my attention at all hours. I know my duties take up a lot of time. That leaves her lonely sometimes. I'll make more time for her. Engage again. All gone. It's at the max, but you need to occupy one more holding. And then after that, we'll split our armies up to deal with the supply situation. Hasn't been that long. %. 4, 2. Okay. This. Just finish it off. Loyal soldiers of foreign origin. Our relations with the local steppe community is good enough that a number of their men pledged their loyalty to me, offering their services as warriors and bodyguards. Many are former mercenaries or adventurers who've traveled along the Silk Road in search for fame and fortune, so they are experienced and skilled at fighting. I am most thankful for their support. Gained an army of 200 men in Marrakesh. These are mainly light footmen and some levies. Bring it down. And it'll be all over from there. By Allah, petitioners from around have been queuing up lately. This work feels endless. Yet another steps forward. Evidently a stressed merchant of some kind. I'll get your problems in a few weeks, but you're not important enough for anything faster. The merchant gulps at me, blinking rapidly each other. Was it something I said? Well, as I'm a very contented man, and you would think all this wealth would make me feel content, help yourself to the treasury, brother. You'll need it. You're provident. That sounds like him. He habitually gives far more money to charities than he could reasonably afford. Yeah, that sounds like him. You could donate to charity at any given time. Just another way to say, okay, here's this amount of money. Plus I needed fertility because I need a little more children. There are many who need my gold more than me. might not directly solve my own issues, but it lightens the mind to give. It's for a good cause. I walk away from the mosque of a light person and a lighter heart. Just the thought of all those that anybody can help enough to set my mind at ease. Allah is generous. That is true. Because don't you know in Islam that it is virtuous to be generous? Yeah. Thank you, Stefano. Now, what do I need? I mean, your stewardship skill is so high that everything is just excellent. But if I were you, I would go for something diplomacy related, so we'll go for East Asia. The people of Eastern Land said to be erudite and just. They may also have connections with the Middle Kingdom itself. Would not be wise for you to seek their aid and friendship. Yes. This gives +1 diplomacy. And now, decided to reinforce relations with the East Asian communities in my realm. A lot of those people come from lands far away, particularly the Middle Kingdom, which is claimed by many for being a land of justice and learning. One that has no equal amongst the realms of the world. Their knowledge and connections to the East will prove advantageous. So we'll periodically receive gifts from the community. Gifts of prestige and renown will likely be better, and will more likely occur compared to the other communities. Every now and then, the sky over Adab turns over colors at once. Not hues of purple, red, green, blue, pink, and more. It's last several hours. Such a strange phenomenon has been going on for many days and was witnessed throughout many settlements, as it could be seen for miles and miles. But there were no known effects. Many who witnessed it are bewildered. Neither the local scholars nor imams could explain what is going on. Who knows what mysterious forces are at play here? Finish the damn war. Then we'll give Gujarat independence and it'll be ran by my kin. At least it's somebody in our faith. One second. Just to convince him more. We just simply want you to get out of here. This is going to be the only time that I'll do this. Simply bribe him to tell him to leave. Thank you for the business. Now, where's my other brother? Particularly one with family. Where are you? Visiting a court. What is that? Gaelic. Whoa, 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 whoa. What kind of... Because I was about to say, that's not the kind of clothing they wear, do they? Which is obviously they come from Alba, Scotland. Huh. There's something screwy going up there. Scots don't wear turbans. Or whatever that headdress is called. Anyways, hey, you got a family. I mean, these are all your kin, right? How's the bullet? Al-Farghani. Correct. Hey. This land will be all yours. And in addition, Gujarat Mandala will be yours. And since you are a well-established man, and also have a large family, looks like we have a winner. You're gonna be its king. You get to have the honor. And I will grant you independence finally. So it's 9.8, and let's see it now. 11.1. Due to one king, two dukes, two bands, by marriage and connections and all that. Also, where? I mean, yeah, that's my rival and everything. So there you go. Now our alliance is formed. If you got any problems, then... Oops. Let me grant you independence on that as well. I forgot to give that to you. I'm sure they won't fight a war to go get that island. Well, it's not really an island. It's more of a... I mean, I know the geography. Chameleon. I was walking one day somewhere in Sakacha when I came across a chameleon. It was frightened and hissed at me before changing to various colors and scurrying off. When I returned home and discussed this with my agenda that evening, it has warned me that according to Sakachan folklore, the person who hears the chameleon hiss will lose the ability to speak. Now that's just superstition. That sounds ridiculous in my book. No desire to hold that. Handsome, okay. You're gonna be the new heir. Kinda disappointed with my daughter though, because as much as I'd like to see more stewardship, but however, that diplomacy is a big weak point on that. You're gonna be the new heir because you're a handsome one, even though you lack intelligence. So how about you name it after me? Continue this tradition. Of course I'm disinheriting you right now. Now. Of course, that means I gotta remain healthy for this if I wish to see him grow to adulthood. He'll be Gujarat the Fifth in the future. The whole Farghani Dynasty, that would be unofficially be known as. Did some territory expansion of our own. We could claim the rest of it. He got lucky this time. Almost there. Look at, I'm satisfied with my investment. I mean, we do have contact with Maharashtra, but I would still love to stick it at those people. Part of the reason I say that is because the next time I ever play, which would be this one, and you get that prestige high enough to invade a kingdom, it'll be Sindhu again. just remembered. That rival of mine. He doesn't get to leave. Kidnapping. A few of my loyal servants traveled to the nearby town on official business on behalf when they were attacked and taken hostage by a large gang of bandits. The bandits demand a sum of 100 gold to let my servants free. I will have 1 year to pay this ransom before they will kill my servants. My servants are mere peasants, so it wouldn't reflect too badly in the eyes of some of my courtiers if I simply leave my servants to their fate. That's not to mention there is no guarantee that the bandits would even honor the deal if I do pay the ransom. On the other hand, these are my loyal servants, so I'll need a daring plan if I wish to rescue them. Or perhaps it might be better to simply pay the ransom and hope things would work out. I must consider my options carefully. Servants being held hostage for a year. They tell you, you got 1 year, and if you don't pay it, and if you don't pay up, we're gonna kill him. So, now, I have the decision to ransom my servants or attempt to free the hostages by force, though I'm not obliged to take any action. It may reflect badly on me if I don't. On the other hand, there is no guarantee the bandits will honor the deal. Either way, I have 1 year to do something until that modifier goes away and then they get killed. Yipe. I gotta think about this. I gotta think about this. So, you got till next November for this. But in the meantime, let's hold the court. Just say all the orange business as usual. We didn't hear nothing about no bandits. Next petitioner is extremely angry on Abdullah of Tuat. With the briefest deference shown, Hamja Abdul relays that some of my knights, led by Emir Mastan of Mastan, have passed through the Tagbils of Tuat recently. They have looted, pillaged, and despoiled the villages and farms in Tuat. It is an absolute travesty, my liege lord. I will not stand for it, he declares. What shall I do? No matter what, it's been pillaged and burned, so I'll just say, you must return the plunder, Mastan. Like it or not. Cumbersome, good. The whole throne room falls silent as my vassal Emir Ahmad enters triumphantly, followed by 2 stronger servants who are dragging a chained lion. Smile proudly. He exclaims, my lord, I present you the gift, worthy of the mightiest ruler of all. This magnificent beast was hunted at the drylands of Tlemcen, and I offer it to you as a symbol of my devotion and your unparalleled power. Barbary lions still exist during this timeline. Indeed, a mighty beast for a mighty ruler. A pet monster. Pet lion, basically. An opposing beast to inspire fear in all his courtiers and vassals. My lord, I regret to inform you that the religious situation in my land is out of control. I try to make my subjects see the light of our true path, but too many of them persist in their wrong beliefs. I beg of you to use your authority and power to help me. It's only an alt-talk, so I'll say peaceful coexistence is always the best solution. That is one of the cornerstones of our culture. Remember, you got till next November. Clearly you like to feast a lot based on the way you look, but he's not obese surprisingly, but he arrested a famous bard one time. It'll be my pleasure. Yeah, why not? I got nothing better to do. Traveler from Hormuz. A renowned traveler named Mayamanga Kalmandana is settling down in Hormuz after many years of adventure. Currently, he is serving the community as an important leader in one of the major towns. Today, he is visiting my court, and based on our discussion so far, it appears that he retains a lot of knowledge about the various signs he's traveled in. He hopes to use it to assist his town in growing and developing. Yeah, why don't you come work for me instead? You got the skills to be a fighter. That'll do. Thank you for reminding me. Fudge for Gujarat. We had our differences in the past, but don't you agree it's time to let bygones be bygones? My rival Yakov, just for me. Whatever's between us, let us start anew. Yeah, let us. I don't know what was the issue is, but I'm sure it's a misunderstanding. Exposed. Actually, the reason why we're going to get this much sooner, it's not only the thing I'm fascinated with, but also have a current exposure with. So we just want to get that as soon as possible. So we could go revisit that island. No need for that. Just go hunting for the time being. Kill your stress. Hunting trip is less room so far. Some of our party have given up completely or are attempting to make the best of a lovely day outside. Oh, hunting in Sakatra? Wow. So, given a complete or attempt to make the best of a lovely day outside. But what on earth is my spy Masagdo doing? He's crouched down on the ground, humming cheerfully. My lord, look over there. There are many useful herbs and flowers here. This one could soothe aches, while this one aids in recovery of broken jaw. And this one said to ward off cancer. He keeps babbling on about the plants he collects instead of being on the lookout for prey. Well, there's a lot of plants that are native to Sukatra, and that only. I'll just say fascinating. What about that flower? Of all the places that we went hunting, we went to Sukatra. How do you like that? Remember, if you need our help, call us. It could have been you, but I'm just not too worried about that. They actually created a little kingdom? It is. No, we'll finish that very soon. Nobody's at war with him yet, but I'll be willing to wrap this up here. Several prominent members of the local East Asian community has recently gifted me a sizable amount of herbs and traditional medicines from the hills and forests of their ancestral homeland in the Far East. I'm told these herbs and concoctions are found nowhere else and will help me to maintain my health in the long run. Amazing. I'm delighted to receive such a gift. Every little bit helps. So now I've received the traditional medicines from the local community of foreign origin from across Sokro. It's supposed to help them improve their health and prevent unwanted illnesses. Oh, not you. I'm making those bastard bandits wait. Don't forget about that little issue. And, stop! Okay. Let's go rescue these servants. Ransom kidnapped servants. Several of my servants have been kidnapped by bandits or being held for a ransom. If I do not pay the ransom or attempt to rescue them by the deadline, these innocent men and women will likely be killed. So decide whether to pay 100 gold to the bandits or attempt to rescue the servants being held hostage. Don't worry, I'm still a great fighter. We can deal with this. For future reference. We must save them. What to do? My servants are still being held as hostages, but not for long. Action must be taken to save my servants. I discussed the matter with some of my advisors and guards. They have laid out the arguments for and against paying the ransom versus attempting a daring rescue. In the end, I firmly decided we will... No, keep in mind these two chances here. Pay them 100 gold they demand in exchange for their freedom. Be warned, there's a chance that they could deceive me, depending on the various factors such as my traits, skills, and dread, among other things. Well, I could easily beat them in combat, and what else? Plus, it's in our cultural tradition where we could take hits. I've got this great armor, good old dagger, flexible mail, this holy sight here, and the novice hunter, which I killed that big wolf one time. I ain't got no dread, despite the fact I have a pet lion. And they would assume it's like, oh, this guy's too nice, let's kill him. But let's attempt to rescue my servants instead. Send my bravest and most cunning warriors to free the hostages by force while pretending to pay the ransom. The likelihood of success for this operation depends on my martial, intrigue, and other factors like my traits. Oh, I'm taking a gamble for this. Success, sort of. Though we agreed to meet the bandits at the rendezvous point, I also ordered a separate detachment of my soldiers to sneak around and rescue my servants while we distracted the bandits. At first, things went according to plan. My soldiers managed to reach the hostages and kill the bandits guarding them. However, once they started to escape, they must have made too much noise, and the bandits realized what was going on. A large fight broke out. Several of my servants and soldiers died, while many bandits escaped in the wilderness. Still, a decent number of my servants are free, so I cannot say it was an absolute failure. And at the least, we have a good idea who these bandits are and where they headed off. Good work, soldiers, but we have to hunt all those bandits down. So, partial success in rescuing the kidnapped servants. This gives you a small bit of piety, including general and popular opinion up. You did what you could. You did what you could. Now let's wrap this up. Nah, don't worry about it. Just used men-at-arms only. All we need is take this and that, and that's it for them. as expected. Date pastries again. Alright. Very competent. Forge regalia, you got it. Gotcha. Here. Your problem now. Later. Okay. Be sure to give it those that really care. Exercise and meditation. Mediation, I should say. When raised voices reach me yet again, I quench my instinct to turn on my heel. The constant bickering of my vassals Azate Resan and Jivan Jafar is enough to drive any man mad. Something must be done. I could either treat the situation as an exercise in mediation or eavesdrop and approach one of my siblings afterward. Try to make them see sense. Gotcha. Oh, I gotta become avaricious once it's all said and done. I would like to have that before my life ends. That'd be just great symbolism. Hope it's a daughter. Oh, that's a huge gift. Thank you very much. And that means, yes, we do have enough. Now, last time it was cosmopolitan ports. Well, now this time, the spice must flow. Now this is a big one. Stewardship per level of fame is one within this dynasty. And all the domain taxes is +5, which adds us even more wealth income than God intended. I'll be rich to Croesus like this. But also the decisions to reinforce relations could be taken more than once in a lifetime, even though we already have that as we are people of the Silk Road. Don't forget who we were and are now. And also you could build an Indian Ocean pirate den if none exists yet in your territory through a special decision. Collaborate with Indian Ocean pirates. Go for it. Next time, distant shores, which will give us diplomacy per level of fame +1. And add more diplomatic range, which would most notably give us more contacts of the Indian realms and the Northern European realms based on that distance alone. And then this is a big one. Character modifiers from the decision to reinforce relations to Silk Road communities last twice as long. Meaning it'll be 20 years for you to give you those possible benefits you'll be getting from them. Which reminds me. Why haven't you done this yet? Bring in East Asian specialists. Now I've been networking with the local East Asian communities. I should ask them to help me find talented people from their homelands, coming from scholars to engineers, strategists and calligraphers. There are so many kinds of experts from afar who are enticed to work for me. I will gain East Asian specialist for 10 years, which will give you +1 stewardship, +1 money. Lower title creation cost. Why didn't I think about that? Vassal opinion and popular opinion up. Because I'm in great need of talented people here. In the present era, there are many along the Silk Road who believe the peoples of the Far East to be experts in administration and skilled in the fine arts and learning. Perhaps such an assessment is a great exaggeration, based on fanciful tales and questionable stereotypes. But there is no doubt that many talented people live in those regions. Anyways, due to my connections with the local East Asian community, I've come into contact with some rather talented individuals with abilities in a wide variety of fields ranging from poetry to hydraulics, history, agriculture, military logistics, and more. A number agreed to work for me in my administration. Their skills will greatly assist me in managing my territories. Damn, we should be doing that all the time now. Also, speaking of hydraulics, Grand Connaught, just to help with the development. Get it back up. Because we're going for urbanization soon. Which we'll likely get that in the next episode at the earliest. And renovate those Nilometers again. And we'll invest. Let me see. You don't need that much stewardship anymore. But if there's one thing that's severely lacking, it's diplomacy. So I like to make investments in Sakatra and mud. So, made from resin of the myrtle tree, the substance has been used since ancient times as perfume, incense, and medicine, has many pleasing qualities. This is just what I need. Yes, definitely what I need. My health is fine for now. Although, quite honestly, I think you should have taken that option, that one that has the health bonuses. We may have to look at that. Claiming to be an exile from faraway land, Princess Zomo has appeared at a court accompanied by a vast array of exotic animals. Has already performed incredible works of charity throughout the streets of Marrakesh. The magnanimously wealthy foreigner has declared her intent to marry my son Mew. Sure, he ain't got nothing better to do. He's been disinherited. As much as the court is abuzz with enthusiasm for this exotic princess, not everyone is convinced. My beneficiary, Shan, claims to have never heard of the distant land of the foreigner claims to be from. I cannot find any maps. She, along with several other like-minded followers, has denounced Prince Zaratan and insists that we punish her for attempting to deceive him into marrying a lowborn. Let me see it. Oh, she's from Tibet, I see. 1 second. Zhang Zhuo. Looking to be prolific hunters in that culture. Through that person. Fabulous she zone. Don't be such a killjoy, they shall marry in the morning. Hehehehe. I'll take 19 months. Finally, I outlived you. Very low, but it's mitigated. Ah, yes, I remember now. Let's see. Here. Sonoj, Alias, and Mokana are among the most powerful vassals of my realm. I never know how to keep them happy so they don't go around stirring up trouble. Perhaps fire is worth it. Anyone would be pleased to have something made in their name one day. And not just have the right thing to make it. Shall I know that by dedicating trustworthy vassals and advice dedicated to my artifacts? Maybe I should just. I like to be the living legend, so after all, why not? To myself. Where are they going? Stop right there. I'd like to know where they're all going. Because that's an awfully large amount of armies out there. A crusade? Nobody told me that there's a crusade. Over 100,000 of this, over 100,000 of that. Holy crap. And nobody told me anything. I'll sit this one out. What devotion is to be used as examples. From mighty king to lowly beggar, with that come the disciples. Today, Nakshaki is ushered in and introduced as representing a small Marabautism brotherhood from Talifat in Siddhamas. Most holy Vajpur, my friends and I hear wondrous regalia being made for you. Wish to donate to your metalsmith. It would deeply honor us, Majesty, for we saved for months. Yeah, it is I who am honored. Don't worry, the Absins will take care of this. They got the whole world behind them. The whole Islamic world behind them. Or most of them, since we have our own out there. And established our kin in Gujarat, which they have many allies that they'll take care of in whatever affairs. That's none of our business, but our only business is trade. Oh hell. This is what I feared. I'll disinherit you soon. Soon. In 2 months' time. I better stop that. No longer lovers. I mean, she still likes me. I think it would be better for you to get stressed a bit more, so it'll reduce your fertility. So just do something that isn't, you know, really good for humility. You ain't gonna die. Calm down, will ya? The local East Asian elites have been most appreciative of my efforts to foster closer relations with them. We celebrated a number of recent successes. A few of their most prominent clans got together and hosted a magnificent feast in my name. It was a great feast, and we all feasted on their traditional delicacies famed across the Silk Road, such as boiled lamb and pork, melodies of nuts and crab apples. A wonderful joyous occasion. That's for prestige game. Okay, disinherit that second son of yours. He's no son of mine. We know who the breadwinner is. And that is you. Look at that. Well, actually that's due to dynasty thing and of Sunni faith. It's in our nature. Man, they really bankrupt that war. Or bankrupt you, I should say. She presents me with the object wrapped in cloth as I lift the fragment of my escrow. An opening regalia set of very fine craftsmanship. It consists of a gold scepter, with pieces of sapphires, fine satin ropes that have been embroidered with gold, and a large sapphire college necklace. Consider this as an improvement. I got a children's age. My son in Gujarat sometimes lies and tests boundaries. How to avoid suspicion with his sweet demeanor, and people always forgive him when he does get caught. I wonder just how much he gets away with. Keep an eye on this one, because may never know. We'll end this episode soon. Because I'll tell you what. Perhaps the next couple of expansionist wars will be for the digital areas of Africa and Tahir. And Ambia. We just want to be the masters of North Africa. No matter how many days twisted past, wind whisper coldly through the grass. Once so great falls so far, this refrain escapes us a scar. Louder. I should have picked the other option, honestly. In 2 years' time, I guess I will be around for urbanization. That's nice to know. Can use cell titles decision. What that does is, you spend a prestige in exchange to get money. It's just another way of doing so. I saw another option. Never mind. End the episode at the end of the year. So that way the next episode will be about the turning of the next century. Which will subsequently feature more of the North African expansion by fighting against this realm that we once feared long ago, but not so much now. Oh yeah, those guys who stopped the Iberian struggle. Yeah, you ain't got no reason to be here, son. I don't like you. Sounds callous, I know, but still. And we will end the episode on that note, because in the next episode, in 20 months, we will have urbanization and the development of Marrakesh will continue in such a big way. And then after that, next thing that we should be fascinated for is, you want more development growth? Land grant sounds good since we've been doing a little more expanding as of late, so this might be the better option. Depends on what we're exposed to next. Health-wise, I'm still fine. So I doubt I'll be around long enough for him to reach adulthood. And once I become avaricious, I will likely switch back to learning to go for medicine focus. And do all of this. Yes. But we hope you people have enjoyed this episode. 30 episodes of this series, but it's still gonna continue for at least, I don't know, another 10 episodes maybe? But we'll see you in the next one. But until then, so long for now.